how long has it been since I did Miami? I'm going to say it's probably about 2 months ago since I did this playthrough. And I know this is a point of, well, why you're recording the voiceover just now, and literally I have not had time to record it. I've been doing stuff for the channel, I've been doing stuff for my private life, so yeah, the fibre wire runs are just taking longer than I'd like, so I'm hoping I can record a few today and get them out finally. But Miami was a weird one. I thought this would be easier than it turned out, but Sierra is surprisingly difficult to get with fibre wire. Not impossible by any stretch, but you do need to have a plan in mind, and I'll admit I ended up, I wouldn't say deviating from the plan, but I had to improvise a bit. So yeah, I'm not particularly happy how this one came out, but it is still an efficient run. So the way I see it, if you're looking at this and you're looking for a fibre wire only run, this will work, but I would advise tweaking it a little bit to try and tidy it up a little bit. So we're going to start at the default starting location. As always, we're on master difficulty, so there'll be no big issue there. We're going to go straight into the race event, and because of that we're going to, well, we aren't even going to go straight into the race event, we're going to go around the race event, I should say. So get the karma out just so we don't deal with that later. We're going to use the karma on this woman just on the right, so aim and fire. Go and pick up the hammer and just run past this entire area. Also take out the camera with the Krugermeyer, otherwise you will get spotted. There's a chance that the woman behind will hear all that, so if she does, just run as normal. You can drop the briefcase at that point, you won't need it. We're going to go up to the party area now in the VIP section, so grab the fibre wire from that briefcase, that's where I've smuggled it in. And what we're going to do, I'm just going to shoot there, that'll move this NPC away, and we've got free reign to run all the way to this pipe up ahead. Grab the coin as well, because that will come in handy. So up the pipe we go. The difficulty with this is actually getting the race to stop without changing disguises, and the most simple way really is to go this route. So we're going to open the door, throw a coin inside, or actually we're going to throw a coin outside even. Hit that up if you want. And then we're going to use the hammer to knock out both the race event guy, I don't know what his name or title really is, that's this fella here, and then we're going to knock the guard out who's with him. So nice and simple double KO. He's got a card on him, we're going to need to take that, that's why we've come this way. Grab the gun and the coin as well, and yeah, make sure you pick up the hammer as well, because that will prove important. Okay, we're going through the kitchen now, so once again equip the coin, and what we're going to do is split the two cooks up. So in we go, throw the coin up into that corner. The fish comes in handy, but you don't need it. So there we go, that'll split them up. What we're going to do, we're going to wait for this guy to turn around. Then we're going to knock him out. Or we aren't even going to do that. This is the thing, I haven't watched it back. I'm actually enjoying watching back while I'm commentating, just in the sense that it's a bit like, well, let's see if I can remember it. And yeah, that one conned me. I honestly thought I knocked them out in there, but I must have thought it wasn't worth the risk. Anyway, we're going to go and stop the race. So the guard's passing by, so we've got good time in there. All we have to do is duck into this room, and we've got the USB dongle from the guy we knocked out before, so all we have to do is put it into there and stop the race. Nice and simple. So from here, what we're going to do is get Robert. The reason being, Robert is, well, it's more a case of we're going to get Robert while Sierra's sort of getting into her positioning, because she takes a while to get into a good position for all of this. So the best thing we can do really is just try and move things along. Now this is where I wish there was some leeway with disguises, because I would have loved to have done the blackmail opportunity with Sierra, but there wasn't really a good way of doing that. You know, you can't exactly get in that area and show the blackmail information to the guards, so it's like, ugh. So yeah, I would have liked it if they could have given the suit a bit more access to that area, but on the other hand I sort of know why, so yeah, it's not particularly great. So the next best option I could find was trying to get her when she was at the party, where she'd be waiting for the other racer. I'm trying to think of his name. Yeah, his name's gone from my head. Moses Lee, that's it. Okay, so we've got a long route here to get to Robert, unfortunately. Whichever way you go, there's a bit of a jog, so we're just making the best of it here. We're going to go up via the right-hand side here, so I believe there's a crowbar we're going to pick up. I may forget it. Let's have a look. Or did I think I brought the lockpick with me, did I? Yeah, I brought the lockpick with me. I don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, through the gate. We've got a camera up ahead, so we're going to take it out with the Krugermite. Nice and easy shot. Then all we got to do is climb all the way to the top floor, unfortunately, so it's a bit of a way. We're going to sabotage the satellite, get Robert to come inside, split him up from the guard, fibre wire him, and then make our way back to Sierra. This takes a little bit longer than I would like, so again, I'm open to ideas about how to get Robert quicker, but the only way I can think of getting him a little bit faster would be sabotaging the car and getting him to go down, but even then you'd have to knock the guard out fast to make sure that you can fibre wire Robert without any trouble. But yeah, this isn't slow, that's the way I'm looking at it. I've dropped that gun, so that way it's an easy way to split the guard up. Take the cameras out while we're up here. And yeah, all we're doing now is waiting for Robert, and he is actually quite near, so that is one advantage of doing it this way. But yeah, it's like I said, it's just a bit frustrating because the time to get here is a little bit more than you'd like, because really you want to be getting back to Sierra fast, because she will go to the party fast, but unfortunately I was just a little bit too late. So as you can hear, the guard's taking the gun away. There he is, taking his sweet backside's time. Yeah, he's got to check both ways. You know, you'd think he was crossing the street, how long he takes. As soon as he's through the door, you're safe to fibre wire Robert. So nice and easy does it. And I don't know if I tried to smile for the camera with this one. I think I did a little something. And once you're done, drop him onto the race. No one will know. The body won't get found, so no problem there. Right, jump over here, and that way we've got a quick way to get down a floor, so you haven't got to go the way you came. We're going to go past the race marshal here. I did use the second karma shot, but that's purely because I hadn't got another purpose for it. At least at this point I hadn't. Now, if I had actually thought about it, I would have saved that, because I am going to have an issue shortly where I wish I had used the karma. Essentially, Sierra has got a shadow. She's got someone who follows her and will investigate noises for her at times. And because of that, it made her harder to lure. So ideally, I would have used the karma on the shadow, as I'll call her, the one who's a bit of a VIP towards her. And yeah, it would have just eased things along a little bit. But yeah, at this point, if you can't tell, what I'm struggling with is that I'm now having to go the long way around to get into the VIP area, because Sierra's already going up to the party. So I'm behind schedule here. I really needed to find some time that I didn't make use of. So as you can see, I'm going the complete long way around because I haven't got the car, an invite or anything like that. So at this point, I'm just getting rid of the chef guy, the waiter. He'll go over to investigate the hammer. When he does that, I can just sneak past him and I can go through this door. Once we're through the door, we can go up to the party. Now, we can't go through that one because that would be trespassing, so we have to go through the one on the right, which is 1 point further away, but also it is just not useful going there. So there's quite a few things about the Sierra kill I'm not happy with. I do believe it's the best way to get it, because if you go for it in the Kronstadt or the in the the red paddock, essentially, you're not going to get much luck getting it. So yeah, there just wasn't a lot of options for it. I mean, as you'll see in a moment, I thought, okay, what about if I go in the kitchen area again? And I thought, what about peekaboo? Will that have an impact? And again, she sort of comes nearby, but it's just like it doesn't actually work as well as you want because of a little shadow being there. Really, I could have done with coins. I think if I'd got coins, this would have been a much easier way to do it, because you could have knocked out the shadow and then you could have just fibre wired it. But unfortunately, I didn't have any of that luck. I mean, as you can see, I threw the fish. I thought, right, maybe I can use that to initiate the peekaboo. The peekaboo does work, but the trouble is, as I say, she's got someone with her. And at this point, as you'll see in my inventory, I have got nothing else that I can use as a knockout. So it's not like I could even throw something to sort of keep her in the room. So this just didn't work. There was more chance if I shot a bullet at this point, even with the Krugmeier, that it would just make a panic and go into lockdown, and that's the last thing we want at this point. So at this point I just had to let it go. As you can see, bullet impact noticed. I mean, I suppose the lucky thing is it did send a shadow into a panic, but again, it just didn't do anything for Sierra herself, so it just wasn't worth it. I mean, as you can see, I head this way. She's going to go into the, what is it, you call it, the staff-only area? The press-only area? I don't know. Either way, she goes that way, and it's a case of, well, yeah, I can't follow her. So, this is where I said a long time ago, it feels there's a lot of improvisation at this point, and I think coins would have made this a lot easier, because I'm trying my hardest to peekaboo her. But what can you do when she comes and she's not alone? That is the issue here. So I did think on my feet a little bit. As you'll see, I do manage to peekaboo her. Eventually. It's not building up fast because she's sort of looking on an angle, so she's only getting a slow glimpse of me. It's very hard to describe it without actually showing my face, but she's essentially just tilting, and it's so frustrating because you really need to get close to get any good movement from her. I mean, it's not ideal the way I went then. I should have gone more towards the left so that I could hide here, but she's going to come right at me, but she's not going to be alone. This is more embarrassing than anything, because I should have re-recorded it, but the fact of the matter is, it was actually a fairly decent kill in the end, so it's like, well, why do it again? The only thing is for efficiency. So as you can tell, that did lure the shadow in, so there was some positive out of that. Shut the door, subdue, we're going to hide a body, and then we can lure Sierra. So drag, draggity drag. And yet, I think if I was any slower, she would have gone downstairs, and then this would have gotten completely messy, because I would have had to go into the Kronstadt paddock, or the Knox paddock, whatever it's called, and that just wouldn't have been a great idea. So I'm glad it did work out in the end. So Sierra's still there, that's one good thing. Got peekaboo working, another good thing. She'll come into the area, and the plan I'm going to use is to throw either the fire extinguisher or the knife, and that way I can keep her in this area. So fire extinguisher seems to have won out. So wait for the question mark to go, then throw. So she goes to investigate it, and all we have to do, shut the door, if it doesn't already shut behind itself, and it's a nice easy fibre wire kill. So drag her in the kitchen, put her in the crate, and all you have to do then is make your way to the exit. So yeah, basically what I've said already stands true. If you can be more efficient with this, maybe find coins somewhere, or just get to the area a little bit faster, you'll be able to take Sierra out a lot easier than what I made it look like. Alternatively, you could wait for Sierra to turn up in the area and then go to Robert. So there are options. There are ways to make this look better, be more efficient, but I'd like to know what you think could be done, because I do believe that these are two interesting targets for 5-wire, so I'd like to know what you would do. So let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, hit the like button for the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Hitman 2 videos, and until the next video, this has been Josh from JJ's Productions, and I'll leave you with 47 Next in Miami. Bye for now, folks.
There is still plenty of time left, folks, and anything can happen. Let me just repeat some ground rules for those of you new to endurance racing. You gotta cover as much ground as possible.